Aging is as inevitable as the sunrise. From the moment we begin our journey in life, time shapes us through choices, experiences, and relationships. Yet, for many, the final chapters of life carry a unique kind of pain, an unspoken loneliness often overlooked by those once held closest to the heart. Buddha famously taught that attachment is the root of suffering. This wisdom resonates profoundly when we examine the emotional challenges that arise in family dynamics, especially as we age. Growing older isn't just about the physical toll on the body. It's about navigating evolving relationships and coping with changes that test our inner peace. When the children who once relied on us so completely grow distant or indifferent, the pain can feel overwhelming, but there's a lesson here. While external storms may rage, they can only disturb the calm within if we allow it. Zen philosophy, with its focus on mindfulness and acceptance, provides a roadmap for weathering these storms with grace, understanding, and serenity. Let's explore a story that encapsulates this journey, offering timeless lessons on resilience, empowerment, and inner peace. The Elder's Story, a journey toward inner peace. In a modest home, an elderly man spent his days in quiet solitude, broken only by the occasional sound of his children's footsteps. Once the center of his universe, they now visited infrequently, their conversations brief, their attention split between him and the glowing screens of their phones. After each visit, he was left with an ache of nostalgia and an avalanche of questions. Did I love them enough? Was I too harsh or too lenient? Why don't they see me anymore? During one of his daily meditations, a thought drifted into his mind, like a bird gliding through the sky. Am I seeking their respect to fill a void within myself? This moment of clarity led him to reflect deeply on the root of his suffering. The role of expectations in suffering. Buddhism teaches that suffering stems from clinging to expectations. The man realized that his pain was fueled by an unspoken belief that his children owed him respect simply because he was their father. He recalled a teaching from a wise master: let go of how you think life should be and embrace it as it is. With this wisdom as his guide, he embarked on a journey of detachment. He began to question not his children's behavior, but his own role in their upbringing. Have I lived in a way that inspires respect? Did I model compassion or merely demand it? These were not questions of self-recrimination, but tools for deeper understanding. He acknowledged moments of impatience, anger, and neglect from his past, while also recognizing the sacrifices, love, and guidance he had given. This balanced reflection brought him to a place of self-acceptance, embracing both his flaws and his virtues, embracing detachment and finding peace. The man adopted the practice of detachment as a daily discipline. Each night, as the world around him grew still, he meditated on the fleeting nature of life. His mantra became, "My children's actions are part of their own karma. My peace is my responsibility." Over time, this mindset transformed him. The heavy burden of unmet expectations lifted, replaced by a profound sense of peace. One day, while walking in the park, he observed a toddler learning to walk. The child's parents stood nearby, their arms outstretched, ready to catch her if she stumbled. The man smiled, remembering his own children at that age. In that moment, he realized something profound. Love is not a transaction, it's a gift freely given. From that day forward, he resolved to offer his love without conditions. When his children visited, he greeted them warmly, regardless of their demeanor. When they didn't visit, he sent silent blessings, wishing them happiness and peace. The ripple effect of inner transformation. As the months passed, the man's inner peace began to radiate outward. His children, initially puzzled by his newfound calm, started to notice the change. One day, his eldest son asked, "You seem so at peace, Dad. What's changed?" With a gentle smile, the man replied, "I stopped waiting for the world to bring me peace. I found it within myself." This simple yet profound truth became a cornerstone of his life. demonstrating that even in the face of life's inevitable challenges, serenity is always within reach. Lessons in acceptance and empowerment. The man's journey teaches us that true peace comes not from controlling others or clinging to expectations, but from accepting life as it unfolds. Detachment does not mean apathy. It means freeing ourselves from the need for external validation. In embracing this philosophy, we can navigate the later years of life with grace, finding strength in self-awareness and joy in the simple act of giving love unconditionally. Ultimately, the peace we seek is not something to be found outside ourselves. It has been within us all along. Here's a revised version of the text, optimized for clarity and relatability for an American audience. I've made adjustments to improve flow, include additional context where needed, and align the tone for broader understanding. He planted a seed in their hearts, and over time, his children began to visit him more often, not out of obligation, but out of a genuine desire to be close to him. The wisdom of acceptance revealed itself to him. Respect, like a flower, cannot be forced to bloom. It grows naturally when nurtured with patience, empathy, and kindness. Yet he also learned a hard truth. Not every seed will sprout. Some of his children remained distant, absorbed in their own lives and struggles. But this realization no longer troubled him. He found peace in offering love unconditionally, no longer tying his happiness to whether it was returned. Through this journey, he discovered a profound teaching. When you feel neglected or disrespected, the best response is to remain calm. Instead of reacting, he reflected without judgment. He turned inward and asked himself, "Am I clinging to expectations that are causing me pain?" The answer often revealed itself in his need for validation through his children's actions. By accepting both his flaws and his virtues with compassion, he began to let go of that attachment. Releasing this need to receive respect as proof of his worth was liberating. He realized that his children's actions were a reflection of their own lives and struggles, not a measure of who he was. He adopted 3 key principles to guide him. Loving without expectations. He practiced offering love simply for the sake of loving, without expecting anything in return. Even when he felt hurt, he chose to send kindness and blessings to those who caused him pain. Cultivating inner peace. Through meditation, mindfulness, and prayer, he found a sanctuary within himself. This inner peace became his anchor, a source of strength when external circumstances wavered. Leading by example, he understood that actions often speak louder than words. By living a life of patience, kindness, and wisdom, he became an inspiration rather than imposing demands for respect. Reflecting on his journey offers us timeless lessons about relationships, self-worth, and the pursuit of peace. His story is a reminder that these truths are not limited by age. They are universal, applicable at every stage of life. The illusion of control. At the start of his journey, much of the man's suffering stemmed from his desire to control the outcome of his relationships. He believed respect, love, and attention were owed to him as a reward for years of dedication. But life, as he came to understand, doesn't operate on a system of transactions. Buddhist teachings highlight that clinging to the actions of others as a source of happiness leads to suffering. People's behavior is shaped by their own experiences, perceptions, and paths in life, things beyond anyone else's control. He began to ask himself, "Am I trying to control what I cannot control?" This simple question freed him from the struggle of trying to mold others to fit his expectations. Letting go of control created space for acceptance and peace. The trap of expectations. The man also learned about the invisible trap of expectations, which often lead to disappointment. Expectations, he realized, were like delicate threads binding him to frustration. When he recognized that he'd placed unspoken demands on his children, it marked a turning point. By letting go of these expectations, he freed himself from the cycle of disappointment that can lead to resentment. He asked himself, What am I expecting from this relationship that's causing me pain? What would this relationship feel like if I let go of those expectations? This practice brought a new sense of ease to his connections, allowing love to flow naturally, free from guilt or obligation, detachment and joy. Detachment, he learned, is not about indifference. Instead, it's about finding joy and satisfaction within yourself, independent of external circumstances. As he meditated on life's impermanence, he found beauty in its fleeting nature. Holding a flower in his hands, he marveled at its fragility, understanding that its temporary existence made it even more precious. This mindset carried over to his relationships. He began to love without conditions, appreciating his children as they were, instead of clinging to what he wished they would be. In doing so, he discovered true peace, a freedom that no external validation could provide. Timeless lessons for all. This elderly man's journey serves as a mirror for our own lives. His experiences offer us a roadmap to navigate the complexities of relationships and self-esteem. When we embrace these lessons, acceptance, letting go of control, and loving without expectation, we open ourselves to a more peaceful and fulfilling way of living. The wisdom he discovered reminds us that respect and love cannot be forced. They flourish when given space, and they thrive in an atmosphere of patience and understanding. These teachings are an invitation to all of us to lead with kindness, find peace within, and build connections rooted in authenticity and compassion. There comes a pivotal moment in life when we realize the power of unconditional love, a love that expects nothing in return and values others simply for who they are. For one man, this realization marked a profound transformation. Instead of judging his children by their actions or accomplishments, he chose to love them purely because they existed. This shift wasn't just about his relationship with his children, it was a journey inward, fueled by the Buddhist practice of metta, loving kindness. During his daily meditations, he silently repeated phrases of love and compassion. May I be happy. May I be at peace. May I be free from suffering. May my children be happy. May they be at peace. May they be free from suffering. These words became a mantra, extending not just to his children, but to everyone around him. Over time, this practice softened his heart, deepened his capacity for empathy, and enabled him to offer unconditional love, not just to others, but to himself, a beacon of peace. As this man embraced inner peace, he became a quiet yet powerful example of serenity. His newfound tranquility was magnetic. His children, once distant, began to draw closer, not because he demanded their attention, but because they felt naturally drawn to his calming presence. Without saying a word, he showed that living a life grounded in wisdom, acceptance, and peace could inspire those around him to seek the same. His journey serves as a profound reminder. When we stop chasing external validation and focus on cultivating inner peace, we uncover a deeper freedom and connection with the world. The contagious nature of serenity, inner peace, born from self-reflection and acceptance, is more powerful than any lecture or plea. It's like a flame that spreads effortlessly, warming everyone nearby. Think of it this way. When you cultivate serenity within yourself, it radiates outward, positively influencing your relationships and the energy of those around you. Ask yourself, am I searching for peace outside when it already resides within me? What can I do to access it? The path inward can begin with simple, mindful practices, meditation, moments of gratitude, or even sitting quietly with your thoughts. Buddhism teaches us that true acceptance of life as it is, not as we wish it to be, is one of the most liberating lessons we can learn. Acceptance without resignation. The man's transformation came with a powerful insight. Not all of his children would reciprocate his love. Instead of allowing this to cause him suffering, he chose acceptance. But let's be clear, acceptance isn't the same as resignation. It's not about passively giving up or ignoring reality. It's about seeing things clearly and responding with wisdom. Take a moment to reflect. Where in your life are you resisting reality? What would happen if you stopped fighting it? How can you move forward with grace, even when circumstances remain unchanged? Acceptance doesn't mean letting go of hope. It means finding peace in the present, even as you continue to navigate life's challenges. Ripples of transformation. When you find peace within, it creates ripples that touch every relationship around you. The man's story reminds us that true change starts from within. His children, influenced by his calm presence, began to reconnect with him, not out of obligation, but because they were naturally drawn to his light. Picture yourself as a calm lake. Even when stones are thrown into the water, the ripples eventually fade, and the surface becomes still again. Carry this image with you, especially during difficult times, as a reminder that peace is always within reach. This story of transformation is a testament to the Buddhist principles of acceptance, kindness, and wisdom. It challenges us to pause, reflect, and ask, what am I holding on to that prevents me from finding peace? How can I live with more compassion for myself and others? In embracing these lessons, we don't just change ourselves, we create a ripple effect that inspires others to do the same. Practical steps to incorporate Zen and Buddhist teachings into your life. Daily mindfulness practice. Spend a few minutes each day in silent reflection. Sit comfortably, focus on your breathing, and let go of attachments or expectations weighing on your mind. This simple habit grounds you in the present moment and promotes inner calm. Gratitude journal. Each day, jot down 3 things you're thankful for. This practice helps shift your mindset from focusing on what's missing to appreciating the abundance in your life. Over time, it fosters positivity and resilience. Acts of compassionate kindness. Engage in small, selfless acts of kindness without expecting anything in return. It might be a kind word, a thoughtful gesture, or even sending silent blessings to those who've hurt you. These acts not only brighten someone else's day, but also nurture your own sense of peace and connection. Seek wisdom. Explore the teachings of Zen and Buddhist masters through books, podcasts, or videos. Their insights provide guidance for navigating life's challenges with balance and serenity. These timeless lessons are like roadmaps for inner harmony. Connect with a like-minded community. Surround yourself with people who value mindfulness, compassion, and self-awareness. A supportive community reinforces your practice and offers encouragement to stay consistent on your journey toward inner peace. Life's challenges as opportunities. The teachings of Zen and Buddhism remind us that life's difficulties, whether they stem from neglect, disrespect, or loss, can serve as hidden opportunities for personal growth. Consider the story of the older man. His journey teaches us that true peace and fulfillment come from within, not from the validation of others. When you stop looking outward for love and respect, you begin to cultivate them within yourself. You are not defined by what others do to you, but by how you choose to respond. This mindset shifts your focus from reacting to controlling your inner narrative, unlocking profound freedom. The power of unconditional love and inner peace. True love is unconditional. It flows freely without strings attached. Similarly, inner peace is your birthright, waiting to be nurtured. By cultivating these qualities, you transform not just your life, but also the lives of those around you. Like the man in the story, you can find serenity even amidst life's storms. By embracing these teachings, you'll radiate a sense of calm and inspire others to seek their own peace. Stay connected. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more insights and practices inspired by Zen and Buddhism. Hit the subscribe button below and turn on the notification bell to stay updated. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment sharing what resonated with you or what you'd like to see in future videos. Until next time, stay mindful and compassionate.